Hey ladies, and hello all. We'd like to welcome you back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss Kirk Franklin's leaked audio. Before we get started, I want to make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. The links are in the description. Also, don't forget to click subscribe, tap the notification bell so you know when we post, click the like button, and comment to join the conversation. So, go grab a snack and a drink, get comfy, and let's get into the conversation. Thank you for watching today's episode. If you haven't had the opportunity, please check out our Relationship Sacrifices series. Until next time.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hey y'all, have y'all heard that Kirk Franklin and his son video? Did y'all get a chance to watch that? It was about he's not a Christian because he cursed his son out.
Because he cussed them out?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder why.
Why he cussed them out or why? I mean, I think it's in the air about thing. I think a lot of people, we talked about this before, how people hold Christians to a really high standard. And yes, you do supposed to, present yourself a certain way. But I'm not going to lie and say, if I get mad, I might not say something that I may need to ask somebody to forgive me for later on. So I can't judge him and say that Kirk Franklin isn't a Christian because he cursed. In that situation, allegedly, the son may have some issues because he's like 33 years old. So I think my more issue in it was just the idea of you airing your father's business out on social media. That was more my issue than the fact of him cussing. Because it's just certain things that you keep between your family. We're friends. It's certain things that I wouldn't tell other people that before us talk about. So why would you air your father's business online? Yeah, he might have was wrong on how he handled it, but that was between them, So what are y'all doing?
And for all these judgmental people, like it says, the one without sin should cast the first stone. Y'all, everybody doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing. So don't sit there and be like, oh, he shouldn't do this, and oh, I don't think he's not a Christian. When was the last time you went to church? Easter?
Christmas?
Mother's Day? Exactly. Why Father's Day?
Yeah, and I mean, my whole thing is the main people that be in church sometimes, not trying to sound judgmental, sometimes people that be in church be the main people that's doing wrong as well. So all because you go to church, that don't mean you're a Christian. And all because you make a mistake doesn't mean you're not a Christian. You know what I mean? Because we talked about before about forgiveness, and God and Jesus is about forgiving. And so he forgives you because he knows you're going to mess up, not using that as a excuse to mess up, but he's there to forgive you when you do fall short.
That's true. Yeah, that's so true. And then I'm thinking, who's to say, who are you to tell somebody that they're not a Christian because they're doing something? We all sin. One sin is not bigger than the other. So does that mean we are all not Christians because he cursed, which is not really a sin, is it?
Well, it's only how people categorize things. But my whole thing is a lot of people in the Bible have fell short. Like, for example, Peter, he was part of Jesus' inner circle, and he was known to be kind of feisty, and he was known to be a cursor. So, and Jesus was able to forgive him, and he was still, like I said, he was part of Jesus' inner circle. So my whole thing, as far as judging, a lot of the people who are sitting there, like necessarily who's throwing that first stone at someone else, they're not looking at the fact that they're up here doing their dirt too. Right. Right along while they're up here talking about Kirk Franklin and what he doing, and they gossiping because they don't know the whole situation between what happened. They just judging the fact that they hear him cursing and they gossiping about him. That's a sin. So I mean,
are you not a Christian?
The question.
Judging or gossiping about him?
The question.
So I hate that happened though. I hate that his son felt like it was okay to try to tarnish his image, And And I get that everybody have their own familiar situations where you're going through things with your family, but that's not really the way to, mend it or make things better.
Right. And sometimes I do feel bad for the stars because it's like they always have to be perfect and eyes are always on them. Yeah. And if they do one little thing that's wrong, they, the society really try to jack their career. And I don't feel like that's fair because at the end of the day, we do what we're supposed to do or we live out our purpose. But at the end of the day, we're still humans. So we're all subject to mess up. So how can you judge somebody when we're all serving the same higher source? I just
they just need something to do with themselves.
I just don't understand that at all. Like that wasn't even their place to say who is a Christian, who's not a Christian.
Yeah.
No, that's God's decision, not ours.
Empty wagons make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
kids, they're a mind of their own.
They try.
And we never know what's going on in that household. Maybe, and he's a guy, so maybe Kirk Franklin had to be, tough with him. Yeah. Or maybe that's his way of talking to him to get him to actually respect him or listen to him. Who knows?
Yeah. In this particular situation, the guy's 33 years old. Mm-hmm. So he's an adult enough to know, right, what do you say. Yeah. And I just feel like we're Southern, right? I'm not exactly sure if Kirk Franklin's Southern or not, but we're Southern.
33, the buttons to push on your parents.
Exactly. Right. And that's how it's like we were raised I'm sure all the four of us, where we were born in the South. So we were raised, you just be respectful to your elders. Like I remember but it's the way the world has been changing now. Because when we were young, it was like, I would even cuss around somebody older than me. That's now, it was an older, I'm like, oh, that's somebody's mama, that's somebody's grandma. You ain't gonna do that around their mama, their grandma. Like people these days, it's like kids don't really show respect to adults or whatever, like they used to.
This is true.
Yeah. And you know why, don't you?
Why?
Because
they feel entitled.
Some people don't believe in whoopings. Back in the day, you got beans, okay?
Yeah.
True. I agree with Nisha. I agree with Nessa too. It's a sense of entitlement. They feel like somebody owes them something instead of showing respect to your elders. Even if I get to a point where I disagree with one of my elders, it's a way that you could say things to people without being derogatory. One of my older cousins, she always say, you can always be nice nasty. And she taught us to the point of being nice nasty, to the point that the people be up here figuring out, like, did she just tell me off?
Oh, yeah, do it with a spell on your face.
She did it with so nicely. And it's all in the words. It's not in... It's really in what you say and how you say it.
How you say it.
They don't know how to communicate anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
That's so true.
You go straight into derogatory form, words. Like you don't have a very good vocabulary, so
Right.
And maybe Kirk Franklin was having a bad day,
Yeah.
That's true.
Anger.
I just feel like we should have been able to hear what the son said to him to lead to that situation.
Right.
If you hear in the actual recording, Kirk Franklin said something about, you're not about to disrespect me. So he said something or did something to make him just snap. And when you know your parents, I know my mom and my daddy, I know what to say to make them mad. You know what I mean? I know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say respect goes a long way.
It does. It does. And they even said, like Ray said, we don't know the whole story. He only gave a one-sided view on the whole discussion, and he didn't even put in the fact, because Kirk even said after the fact that he didn't even enter that part to the point that they actually had counseling after they had the discussion. After the blow up, they had counseling with Bishop Jakes after their discussion. So I mean, I feel like the whole situation was kind of one-sided in order to like air his father out. When his father gave him everything. When I mean everything, he gives him everything. He still kind of caters to his needs as of now. I mean, when you just yeah, I mean, you use a term. I mean, your parents supposed to never help, but not help me, be an enabler. And that's what it kind of seemed like to assist that he was kind of like, well, from what I've heard and reviews I've heard, that he's kind of like an enabler to his son, in a sense, by giving him so much. Yeah. This was a great situation.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see if you guys watched it because that was just, it was interesting to watch how we put each other down as humans, like for just little things that we do or the mistakes that we make.
This is so true.
Yeah.
It's the council culture. We was talking about that earlier, about the council culture and anything that happens, people quick to counsel somebody and not want to talk to them or not want to support them anymore. But just the small things they do or don't do.
Gotta be more understanding.
Yeah. But the thing is like we want people to.
People don't want to take the time to do that. Because in order to understand, you gotta listen to somebody and not just talk.
So true. Nobody want to give anybody any grace. We're not in a culture of wanting to give people grace, but we want people to give us grace.
Yeah. And we in that society as well where we knock others down to make us feel better,
That's being insecure.
Yeah, very.
That all goes with self-esteem. I mean, a lot of people out here in today's world don't have really high self-esteem. If they did, they wouldn't be doing half the things that they do actually do.